Welcome back to LDS Boxing. We're back again with another one. We got this the new WBA rankings for you guys that just came out. So they come out the last day of every month like clockwork. So we're gonna definitely get into it. Before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Salute to the playback. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys coming through. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. So we do a screen share. We go straight to the website. There's a lot of websites that do rankings, but I like to go straight to the sanctioned by his website. So we want to drop that for you. 1 second, the little screen share. Salute to everybody coming through. I appreciate it. I'm Bias Bram in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute, yeah, late night for me. Marla Prince in the building. What's good? O'Reilly, what's good with you, bro? Salute. All right, so let's look at it, man. Heavyweight. So, of course, Usyk is still undisputed champion. He's citing a back injury, so not sure when he's going to be back. But when he do come back, he has a WBO mandatory challenger and Fabio Wardley, who just had to stop his victory over Joseph Parker. I ain't like the stoppage, but I ain't mad at Wardley because Wardley began busy. I like what he brings to the table. So Fabio Wardley is the WBO interim champion. As you see, there's no interim champion right here. So Worley had to pick which one he wanted to take. And the WBO was next in the rotation, so it makes sense for him to take that route. Pulev is the regular champion. He's going to fight number 12, Murat Gassiev, former unified champion at Cruiserweight. He's going to fight him December the 12th. So, yeah, that fight is going down. I think it's in Dubai on IBA Boxing, the boxing YouTube channel. So, yeah, Pulev is still around. I believe the winner has to face Moses Atama. Moses is supposed to come back. I don't know now. They keep switching it up. But they said December 13th originally. Looked like they lost the Shazora and Dylan White trilogy fight for that day. So maybe Moses find an opponent. I mean, they say they're having trouble finding an opponent for Moses, so I don't know. So we'll see. But he will get the winner of Pulev versus Gassiev. And he's a young up and coming fighter. Andrew Charles, what's good with you, bro? So Tama is a young, explosive guy. So yeah, I think this next year, 2026, it's time for him to step up for sure. Let me see. So the Pero, he's fighting tomorrow. He's gonna face Jordan Thompson in Orlando on Matchroom. So he actually moved up a spot to number 2. They dropped Michael Hunter to number 7. Michael Hunter is gonna come back December the 5th. He's fighting in the UK. And then they moved up Nelson Heisa to number 4. So those are interesting moves because if Moses is looking for an opponent, maybe one of these guys that moved up, it's not going to be Pero, but maybe Nelson Heisa, who just fought maybe 3 weeks ago. He's been in talks. Well, he's on that Queensberry stable, and it's been talks about him fighting a Jit Cabiel, and he's the only one I can remember that called out Moses Atama. He called him out like in June after his fight, so maybe he gets the nod. Philip Herkovic, not sure what's next for him. Arslanbek number 6. That's a big ranking. Arslanbek he beat his damn name, Dave Allen. He beat Dave Allen in a pretty, tough fight, but he outboxed him. But he's gonna be out for a while because he broke his hand in that fight. So and Matchroom has options on him. So his next fight gonna be under the Matchroom banner. But I'm not sure how long he's gonna be out with the hand injury. Let me see. I don't think nobody else got nothing popping. Oh, Justice Huni is fighting December. What was it? December the 6th. He's gonna fight on Jay Avataya's undercard. So yeah, that's what it is with the heavyweight division. Usyk. I mean, it's good news that he said he's gonna stick around and fight for another 2 years. So if he's gonna stick around, he's gonna end up fighting these mandatories he got coming up. So yeah. Bridgerweight ain't too much popping there, man. We're gonna just bypass it. Yeah, this division ain't popping like that, so I don't know. We'll keep it moving. Cruiserweight. Zerto Ramirez, he's unified champion. He's on convalescence, right? Because he just had a shoulder, so he had shoulder surgery, so he's gonna be out probably the first, second quarter of next year. They probably come back and take like a voluntary tune-up type of fight just to test out the shoulder. But I mean, of course, we want to see Zerto versus Jabataya or Badu Jack. Both Badu Jack and Abataya is fighting the first and second week of December, so they look like they on a collision course. They can clean up that side. Zerto can come back, get a combat fight, and then possibly if they make that unification with Badu and Jabataya, um, then they can do undisputed sometime later in the year. So yeah, that's what it is. Let me see. We got some coming. Uh, Not sure. Chris Brown Smith, he pulled out of the WBO interim title fight to become the mandatory for Zerto, so I'm not sure if he got something bigger. Ramon Freeze is a guy he's supposed to fight. He's going to keep that position. Oh, Pat Brown is no entry. So Pat Brown, Olympian, he's actually fighting tomorrow on the Matchroom show. He's a fun, exciting cruiserweight. He's fighting Phyllis Valero tomorrow. That's a tricky fight because Valero, he's crafty. You know what I'm saying? Been around for a while. So yeah, that's a good look. I like Pat Brown though. He can fight. You know what I'm saying? Light heavyweight. So we have Dimitri Bivol, still unified. PJ's big dog in the building. What's good? The Bivol. So he's another one that's out injured. Not sure when he's going to return. Not sure if they're going to do the trilogy with Beterbiev or he's going to fight. I don't know who he's going to fight. I know he has a IBF mandatory that's going to be due. They ordered Michael Eifert to fight Bivol, but then Bivol dropped a medical exemption, so they ordered Michael Eifert versus Connor Wallace for the IBF interim title. So we have to see where that fight lands. That seems like a matchroom fight. You know what I'm saying? Didn't expect Arlen to be right. Yeah, he's Cuban. Yeah, they fuck with the Cubans. Yes, sir. They mess with the Cubans. And I think he got a fight coming up too. I want to say he's going to fight December 29th in Germany. No, actually, he's fighting for a German promoter, but they fighting in Cuba, November 29th. So Benavidez is the regular champion. He's going to fight Anthony Yard. The interim champion is Albert Ramirez, who was a good fighter in this division. So yeah, 3 champions is crazy. But y'all know how that is. Y'all know how this stuff works. We know who is the main champion. That's Bivol, out with an injury. And we know Benavidez is WBC champion. And he's basically next in line. So, yeah. Light heavyweight is actually picking up. You know what I'm saying? Cam J in the building. What's good with you? Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. We have David Morrell. He's going to fight Callum Smith sometime next year. Not sure. Looking like February for that one. So that sounds like a Riyadh season fight. Lopez spoke on him. Let me see. Nigel Lopez, Pro Box. We just seen Ezra Taylor last week on Queensberry. He's solid. I spoke on Connor Wallace. Zach Parker is fighting Bawaxi tomorrow. So yeah, like I said, light heavyweight is picking up. A lot of these guys are fighting each other in these rankings. Ben Whitaker will be back November 29th, the end of the month. So that's what's up. So yeah, it's actually light heavyweight actually picking up. I like that shit though. That's good. Super middleweight, Terrence Crawford undisputed at super middleweight. So not sure what's next for him. He fuck around and take that down tune up. He fuck around and take a tune up against Jake Paul in December. Mess around and get a little quick bag. But the talks is about Crawford, and he's kind of hinted and indicated that he's gonna go to 160 and fight Janabek. If Janabek can clean up 160, he's gonna fight Lara for the 3 belts December the 6th, and then have to spin around and get Carlos Adames if he's still there. So I think if Crawford is gonna stay around, it's gonna be for something like that, something like history making. Like if he can get undisputed at middleweight, that make him what five division world champion, 4 undisputed. Y'all know accolades and shit. So we'll see, but fuck around and get that call for Jake Paul for December, man. Let's go. Jose Resendez. I'm not sure what's next for him. I know Caleb Plant. He beat Caleb Plant in his last fight. Caleb Plant has a rematch clause, but that might be up in the air. We got the latest news. Salute to YSM. They dropped the news that Birdman is not with Caleb Plant. So I'm not sure what direction Caleb is going in, but I think they can do a couple of fights at super middleweight on the PBC side of things. Resendez, Charlo, Plant, even if Carlos Adames is talking about coming up, like I think they can do some things over there as well. Beck the Bully. Well, hold on. Canelo. Canelo is number one. He's gonna be out probably to Cinco de Mayo. He just had some. He had shoulder surgery, elbow surgery. Got to clean up some bone fragments in his elbow, so he might be out until at least Cinco de Mayo. Beck the Bully. I haven't heard much on him, but he's a good fighter too. He won an eliminator against DFG. Darius Fulgham. Darius Fulgham is actually going to fight next week on Virgil's and Lubin's undercard. His fight got pushed up to the main event. He's gonna face the co-main. Excuse me. DFG's fight got pushed up to the co-main because Schofield pulled out. So he's gonna face David Stevens. That's gonna be a good fight too. Jamal Charlo, that's PBC. Hamza Shiraz. I heard two names for him, and Billy and Jaime Munguia. It looks like Billy is gonna come back in Canada in January, and Billy and Iglesias going to share a card. They got the same promoter in Canada, so that's what I'm hearing floating around. So I can see Hamza Shiraz versus Jaime Munguia. He's cleared. I can see that fight being next. Callum Simpson is going to fight Troy Williamson in December. I think December the 20th in the UK. Pacheco fighting December 13th against Kevin Sajo. Good fight. I like this kid Beck, Nomega Beck. He's pretty good. He fought during the fight week of Canelo Crawford. Berlinga, he might get that call for Jake Paul too. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Dude, we can try and pick up a bag. And that's it for super middleweight. This is another division that's picking up as well. A lot of good stuff at super middleweight. All right, middleweight division. We got a big fight in the middleweight division coming up. Arislani Lara versus, he's a WBA champion. He's gonna fight Janabek. This is what we've been waiting for a long time in middleweight. We haven't got a big fight in middleweight in a long ass time. Probably the biggest fight we had in middleweight in some years was Eubank and Ben. You know what I'm saying? But like far as title fights, this like the biggest. So yeah, old man Lara's coming back. I ain't sleeping on him because Lara been a sniper at 160. He been sleeping shit. Janabek is a tough out for anybody. He's a real tough fight. So two southpaws going at it. Janabek, he unified his titles before in Texas. And guess what? He fighting in Texas again for another unification. So I don't know if that's a good omen or whatever. And Top Rank normally beat up on PBC guys when they fight on their platform or when they fight PBC. And yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I like Janabek in the fight, but I ain't sleeping on old man Lara. He can fight. Um, he said, you think Matthew gets ranked after being Finn? Probably, yeah. Probably the next rotation of the WBC. That was a good win for him. Real good win. He got tested. We got Yo-Yo Hernandez, number one. Sure, let's see. He fought a couple weeks ago. Let's see if he can get a big fight. I'm not sure if he can, but we'll see. Amo Williams is news on him. He's the IBF mandatory for Janabek. So the winner of the politics of boxing be getting in the way and a lot of shit. But Amo, the IBF ordered Amo versus Janabek to be next. The winner of Janabek and Lara is going to get ordered to fight Amo next. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But politics of boxing. So Amo is not a big name, and if they got a fight with like an undisputed fight, I can see them kind of bypassing that. But yeah, they ordered that shit. So let's see. Eubank and Ben. Zarafa he gonna fight Nikita Zoo. Uh, they fighting at the catch weight 157. They fighting in Australia, January the 16th. Elvis Gomez is fighting tomorrow for a regional title. He's facing Octavius Ingram. That's on the Matchroom show, co-main event. We have a new entry, George Ledard. He just beat Kieran Conway. He stopped him. He's a good fighter. They have some good up-and-coming fighters over there in the UK. George Ledard is solid. He won the British title, English, one of them Jones. But yeah, he coming in number 14. Super welterweight 154. So we got Baz Baru, world champion, Jerron Ennis, interim champion, and of course, Jerron Ennis about to get taken out of all the rankings. He already got taken out the WBC. He's gonna get taken out of all of them. That's because he's considered a champion when he win the interim. Abaz Baru, he's a key piece to this middleweight this 154 puzzle because he's like a free agent, but he's in talks to and they agreed to fight for unification with him and Xander Zayas, top of the year. But Xander Zayas is with Top Rank. They don't have a they don't have a network deal as of yet. Throw that bitch on Tubi, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. And then Boots just won the interim, so obviously he's in position to fight the champion. We'll have to see how negotiation goes with Virgil. It's getting exciting because Virgil and Lubin is next week. It looked like Eddie Hearn and Boots set their sights on Virgil. They said they're going to the fight, which is perfect. If they already signed for the fight, they must go to the fight because they're protecting their investment. They want to look after that shit. So Virgil and Boots is the biggest fight in the division, and they're not fighting for the titles really. Well, interim titles, but not the real shit. So if they fight each other, the winner of that, like nobody can say nothing about them no more because they fought each other, and they can go on and try to clean up the rest of the division. Um, we'll see how that goes. But I know Boots is in a good position. We know Matchroom they made the fight with Bakram and Josh Kelly. They're gonna work with Josh Kelly January the 31st. So Boots got a path for a title shot or possible unification down the line. So that's good. That's what I was saying too. For Eddie Hearn to sign some of these champions. Like he should sign a Baz Baru. Get him a fight or something, have them fight on that card or something. That way, you got all the eggs in one basket. So when it's time for Boost to start to clean up the division, it ain't gonna be hard. These fights not gonna be hard to be made. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what you got to do. If guys say if Boots if people don't want to fight Boots, then you have to sign the guys to your promotion company and put it in the contract and make sure they go and fight them. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be pretty much guaranteed. That's how you get the fights. Um, let me see. All right, so going down the ranking, so we know we got Sebastian Fundora and Thurman. They say they're gonna get rescheduled for January. We still waiting. You know what I'm saying? We still waiting for official news, but Fundora had to pull out the fight, and then Bachram and Josh Kelly, Xander, WBO champion, waiting for Top Ranks deal. Um, Ennis Tellis, he'll be back in December. He's fighting at the WBA convention. That's another thing I gotta mention. The WBA could possibly order Boots and Abbas Baruch next. They could. We'll see. Andres Kakarakis, haven't seen him in a minute. Majimov is still out with an injury. So that's it, really. Ain't really too much in these rankings, but for the division in the whole, it's actually it's pretty good. Welterweight, we got Rolly Romero, WBA champion. They just ordered his mandatory Shaquan Gill, so that I know they was trying to make the Pacquiao fight, and it still could happen. you know, Giasov is actually fighting November 14th. So him keeping that date Polly says that he's either took step aside or he's willing to take it. Pacquiao announced that he's going to fight January 24th, and Rolly has been the target. So let's see. I mean, Pacquiao not ranked, but I don't think he have to be ranked. He got that lifetime achievement award. He don't need no ranking. So we'll see what's up with that. I don't see Rolly fighting Giasov. I don't. I see Giasov. He's gonna go through with his fight in November, and I think he would take a concession and maybe fight for the interim title. I don't know. That's what I see. Stanionis, he had a comeback win last month, so he's back in the groove. Curiel and Alexis Rocha are in talks to fight in January, a rematch. That was a pretty good fight. Pat McCormick is going to fight. What's the kid? Um, damn, forgot his name. Conor Walker. He's going to fight Conor Walker December the 6th in Monaco. Ryan Garcia just got offered the Jake Paul fight in December, so maybe he go and take that fight. That might make more sense out of the names that they asked him about to replace Tank. Ryan probably make the most sense if he's trying to make a big spectacle. Conor Ben is gonna fight Eubank. Jack Catterall got a tough fight coming up against Echo Usama. That's November 15th on the Eubank and Ben undercard. Jack Catterall just linked up with Bozy Ennis, so that should be. I want to see how they look together. Still haven't heard nothing on Julian Hammerhands Rodriguez. Had a big win on the J. Paul card in June. Beat Avius Griffin, but haven't heard them after that. Tamir Smalls is a new entry. He just came in number 11. It was a shaky performance. Other than the knockdown, it was a shaky performance against Jose Ramon. Some is saying that was a hometown decision. So he come in number 11. Let's see what he can do with that ranking. So yeah, that's what's up. Welterweight is pretty wide open. 140. So yeah, Thomas Hill in the building. Was good with you? Salute to you. So 140, we got Gary Antoine Russell. He's gonna fight his mandatory challenger Andy Harako. That's that's on the J Paul card. Now I'm prefacing saying that it's gonna get moved because that's the word. It's gonna get moved to December, and he's on that card. So he'll probably just stay with that because if Jake Paul not fighting in November, then that whole card is not gonna happen. It's gonna slide to December. You feel me? So Harako is an interesting guy, though. Interesting guy. I think he's a solid fighter. I know everybody go look at resume, who they fought, and who they did, who haven't. But I like his style of fighting. But I like Antoine's better. So let's go. As far as the rest of the division, Matisse has his mandatory coming up with Dalton Smith, uh, January the 10th. So that's a fresh promotion card. Look like they trying to do their own situation. So let's see. They won the first bid. I don't know who else involved in that. Turkey or PBC. I'm not even sure they involved in that. So let's see. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Hitchens. He's in a voluntary situation. He said he got something coming up. I don't know. You look at the IBF rankings. It really ain't too much. I would actually like to see Richardson Hitchens move up to 147 and fight the IBF champion. I think that's a fight he can win, but we'll see. And then Teofimo and Shakur still in negotiations to fight top of the year, late January or February. So let's see if that fight actually happens. We never know with that either, because depending on Teofimo to make a fight is crazy. So we'll see. Looking at these rankings, the guy number 2, he's pretty solid though from Argentina. Munoz, he went over to Russia and had an upset victory not too long ago. We got Duarte, Playo, Kenny Sams. What's this? Okay, I seen some news about number 6, Cletus Selton. He's gonna fight the kid Kevin Brown from Cuba in December. That's what I saw. Erislandy Alvarez is fighting November 26th. That's the Olympian. That's nice. Haven't heard nothing on Jermaine Ortiz since his last fight. Yeah, I think Jack Rafferty may be back soon as well. Yeah, Alvarez nice. He's nice with it. Yeah. Yep. 135. So Tank is a WBA champion, lightweight champion. Fonseca is a gold champion. That shit's always funny saying that because they fought like years ago, like 8 years ago. That shit's crazy. Schofield #1, Lucas Body #2. We know Schofield pulled out his fight with JoJo for next week with a wrist injury. You know what I'm saying? So he's out. Lucas Bodies with MVP. They trying to get ranked in the WBO because they don't know the situation at the top from what they were saying. Armando Martinez going to Japan and fight. He got a tough fight coming up. We gotta go over there and face the young Japanese southpaw guy. Uh, Ryo. So Ryo's a free agent, right? And I'm interested to see what's his next move because Ryo is marketable, with the Mexican fan base, and he got a fun fighting style. The Pitbull Cruz is what it is. He all boxing, but other than that, he got a fun style. So he seemed like a prime candidate for TKO, to be honest, because these other promoters really haven't jumped on Ryo. Like, like Matchroom ain't messing with him. Top Rank ain't messing with him. Where else he gonna go? Pro Box maybe? I don't know. Uh, Maxie Hughes, haven't heard much on him. Mikado, there go the Alvarez kids. That's another one. He's fighting on November 29th as well. Albert Bell, they say he was fighting on the J. Paul card. I haven't heard no opponent yet, and we 2 weeks out. Now we about to, look like it's gonna get pushed back. But yeah, Albert Bell, yeah, get him in the mix for sure. Uh, shoot. Maybe Albert Bell versus Roger Gutierrez. You know what I'm saying? Gutierrez is gonna stay getting opportunities with the WBA. Gabe Flores, he got a big fight coming up for him. Uh, December 13th, he's gonna fight in his hometown in Stockton, California. He's breaking Joe Cordina over, former world champion, 130 pounds. It's sort of a WBO eliminator of sorts because I think Gabe is #3 and I think Cordina #6. 1 and 2 is Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes. They're about to fight for the vacant titles. So pretty much the winner, I think the winner has to fight the #3 guy. You know what I'm saying? I forget what's his name. Chavez, the Argentina fighter. Uh, Abel Allen Chavez, southpaw that can punch. So, but the winner of Flores and Cordina's in a good position, real good position. So that's what's up. They're going the WBO route. 130. Lamont Rose Jr. is still the champion at 130. Of course, he's moving up to fight Pitbull Cruz at 140. So, from my understanding, uh, depending on what happened, if Lamont Rose wins, then he basically getting stripped, and they're gonna elevate Jazza Dickens, right? If he lose, he may have an opportunity to keep it a little longer. Something crazy, but his time at 130 is short. Like he moved up from 30 to 35, then to 40, and he haven't made a title defense going on 18 months. So Lamont Rocha is done with 130. He might as well just go ahead and vacate the belt and say I'm done. We already know you are. So Jazza Dickens is gonna face a Tsunami Kid #3 on December 27th. That's on Anyways undercard. So, they moving Tsunami pretty quick. And I know you guys probably seen an interview with Ray Ford. Like I say, Matchroom, they get to a certain point, they don't know what to do with you. Some guys. Like Ray Ford, they didn't know what to do with Andre, Montana, those guys. And then really with Hitchens. If Hitchens didn't have his manager, he'd been asked out. You know what I'm saying? But Ray Ford is kind of like the odd man out because they gave him Nova on short notice after Anthony Kakashi pulled out. And nobody really looked good against Nova unless your name Robesa Ramirez. Everybody else kind of struggled. So he was supposed to have been on audition for that fight. And they didn't really want high on the performance. But Turkey is tapped in with Tsunami because he's a Ring Magazine ambassador. So they already knew that he was going to get the Jazza Dickens fight. So, yeah, Ray, odd man out. You know what I'm saying? Odd man out. Josh Pally, number 5. Maybe they'll make that fight. Butagaziev, Gollum, Henry LeBron. He about to sign with MVP. He's going to fight on Amanda Serrano's card against Erica Cruz January the 3rd. So, yeah, that's a Puerto Rican fighter. So they're going to build up that show in Puerto Rico with him. Gallegos. I said, who he going to fight? I think he's going to be on he was supposed to be on Jake's undercard in 2 weeks. But like I said, that whole card look like it's going to get shifted. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's 130. 130, I got to go back. They do got a big fight coming up. Well, they got 2 big fights coming up at 130. We got Oshaki Foster versus Stephen Fulton December the 6th. That fight been in the works forever. Finally got an official date. And then a unification between Sugar Nunez and Manuel Navarrete, which is, those are 2 big fights for 130. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Because 130 ain't really been popping like that, to be honest. Because the champions haven't unified. Featherweight. So, Nate Ball is the WBA champion, featherweight champion. He was ordered to fight Brandon Figueroa, his mandatory. Those guys are in free negotiations right now. The deadline is November 13th, so they still got about 2 weeks to get it popping. So we'll see. Cuellar is the interim champion, so I'm honestly not sure how he got skipped over, but it's the WBA. You know what I'm saying? Elijah Pierce is fighting the WBO eliminator against Lorenzo Parra. That's a dangerous fight for Elijah Pierce. Unless he clean up his defense from that the last fight to this one, because Parra is a big puncher. He's a big puncher, and we know Elijah Pierce is vulnerable. But I feel like he got such a good skill set. He shouldn't be getting clipped with some of those shots. That's my personal opinion. But we'll see if he clean that up. Otabek Kamatov, haven't heard much from him since his comeback fight in April. I know he was out for a while when he got stopped by Ray Ford. Louis Neri just fought last week. He came in number 5. So, yeah, Louis Neri may come back and fight in December. It looked like it may be Casemiro. Casemiro lost last weekend. Omar Trinidad, he might be going to TKO. Young Paul Rivera, that's MVP. Let me see, Joet. 126 is another division that kind of upside down because Rafael Espinoza is fighting Arnold Kaga. Angelo Leo don't have a fight. Fulton moving up to 130. Shushu is the interim champion, but it seems like he's not going to get a big fight. Nick Ball and Figueroa is a good fight if they can make it. It's kind of like this division is not going to get a spark until anyway get there. Y'all can mark that down. Because right now, we got good fighters, but ain't nothing popping like that. But anyway get there, it's going to pop. So, anyway, Undisputed, speaking of him, Undisputed 122. I think he got 2 more fights left. This next fight, December 27th, against Alan David Picasso. Japan versus the world, Riyadh season. And then after that, Juntu Nakatani. You see, Juntu is number 1. He's number 1 across the board. So Juntu is moving up to fight Sebastian Hernandez. Co-main event to anyway. If both guys win, looks like they're gonna fight in May in Japan. That's gonna be a big fight. That's a super fight for real. Like, in boxing, we want guys to move up to challenge themselves to fight the best. And Nakatani actually, I think he getting the better opponent on this undercard. You know what I'm saying? So interesting stuff. Ramon Cardenas, news came out about him. He's gonna fight December 19th on a Pro Box card. So if you guys keeping track, Pro Box is dope. You know what I'm saying? I love what they're doing. They got 3 cards this month, November the 7th, with Tiger Johnson and Nicholas Flats. The 21st, I think, is Francisco Verón and Villa, Roman Villa. 29th, I forgot the 29th. But yeah, they got 3 cards, you know what I'm saying, this week. I mean, this month. I know that for sure. And yeah, man, I like Pro Box. Keep it going. So Cardenas is going to be on that card. Peter McGrail is fighting. He's fighting December the 6th. He's gonna fight Shabazz Masood. That's a good fight too. Real good fight for this division. And that fight been in the works forever. And we finally gonna get it done. So yeah, good shit. Bantamweight. Antonio Vargas as a champion. He had a good comeback win over Higa, his last fight. But it looked like Nonito Donaire is going to get elevated. They haven't shown it here, but Nonito is going to fight Tsunami. It's another Tsunami who was the champion. He's champion in recess. They're supposed to fight December. So I think Vargas, he had something going on with him. I forgot what it was, but he's unavailable to fight. So Nonito is going to take his place and fight Tsunami, who's coming out of recess. Higa said he was going to retire after the fight against Vargas. It look like he's still in the mix. So we'll see. Here we got some vacant titles, but about to get it fulfilled though coming up. So that WBC is Tenshin Nakasawa versus Tacoma Inoue. That's November 24th. And the IBF is Jose Salas versus South African fighter. And then Christian Medina, who just won the title from Teke, he's going to have a defense top of the year. Or maybe, is it December? But he's going to have a defense in Mexico. So that's what it is. At 118, 115, we got a big fight coming up too that boxing fans ain't talking about. Yeah, Eric Robles. Yeah, I think that guy went to, I think he had the IBO title before, something like that. Yeah, Tsunami. Yeah, Saya Tsunami. Yeah, him and Donaire supposed to fight December 17th, I believe. But yeah, that's that. You got it, Eric Robles. That's him against Cardenas. 115, big fight coming up November 22nd. 3-belt unification. Baron Rodriguez versus Fernando Poma Martinez. That's a good ass fight, bro. I think it's the best fight on that card. You know, the high profile fight is Haney versus Norman, but I don't think it's gonna be as action packed as Bam. I don't like Bam is like that, and Puma is an exciting fighter too. That's a fight that that's not getting the credit it deserves. But Bam is the best fighter on that card, though. Real talk. My favorite on that card is Benavidez, but the best is Bam. It's not hands down, but I think Bam is the best on that card for sure. So we're gonna see. Bam, if Bam wins, he would like to unify that division, be undisputed. It may be tough. We got Willibaldo Garcia. He's gonna fight on anyways card against uh, Kenshiro. Kenshiro is coming off a loss to Sandoval, but he got that lifetime achievement in his pocket, so he's going to move up, coming off a loss to fight Garcia. If he beats Garcia, then he's looking to unify against Bam if Bam wins. He already called out Bam, but the IBF has a mandatory in place, Andrew Maloney, and they supposed to fight Andrew Maloney before June, some shit like that. I forgot the date. It's 120 days after the fight. That sounds like June. Oh no, April. I don't know. So he might mess up undisputed for Bam, but like I said, money talks. If Bam wanna I think they can make if Kenshiro and Bam wins, then that's a fight that probably can supersede Andrew Maloney. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Blunt Sports in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. David Jimenez is the interim champion. I heard that he was going to run it back with Scrappy, but I'm not sure. We still got Chocolatizo kicking. So yeah, that's the biggest story though. Bam versus Puma. That's the best fight on that card, yo. Like for real. And the most important fight. 3-belt unification with a top 5 pound for pound fighter is more important than any fight on that card. We can debate it. Ricardo Sandoval, he's a unified champion at 112 pounds. He just went to Japan and beat Kenshiro. That was probably upset of the year type shit. Now he's in talks to fight his WBC mandatory Galal Ufai. So we all know Galal Ufai has come through that situation with Francisco Rodriguez, where he tested positive for a banned substance, and he got beat the fuck up in that fight. Like he got beat up, and I'm surprised he didn't get stopped. He took a lot of punishment. That type of punishment that Ufai took in that fight took like 3-4 fights off his career. That was a bad fight. So they negotiating. I think Sandoval had like a little hiccup injury. So let's see if they can get that fight. Man, if they can put Sandoval versus Galal Ufai on the undercard of Raymore Tala versus Andy Cruz, that should be dope. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can put that fight on the undercard of Josh Kelly and Bakram Mutazalia because that Kelly versus Bakram is not a big time headline fight. So you probably need a good support to go along with it. Sandoval is a road warrior. He don't mind going over to the UK. He's been there before. And that would probably be and depending where they put it, you know, I don't know the geography in the UK. I'm trying to get better at that shit, but I don't be knowing all that shit. But I think that can work. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So let's see. The champions, Masamichi Yabuki, that's one of my favorite fighters too. He's originally he was gonna fight in Mexico against Felix Alvarado, his mandatory, IBF mandatory. But it was for some short money. So they switched it up. Now it's gonna go December 27th in Japan. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna fight Felix Alvarado. And Yabuki is a good example. When people say we know, okay, the WBO is the sanction body that allows a champion in a lower weight division to automatically move up to the higher division and get a world title shot right away. The IBF has that rule too, but you have to petition for it. Yabuki is a prime example. He did that shit earlier this year. He moved up. He was a 108-pound champion, IBF. He moved up and petitioned to fight the IBF champion at 112, Andrew Ayala. He fought him in May, March, stopped him. So he was the IBF champion in both divisions at the same time, but he had to make a decision which one you want to keep. So he had like 10, 14 days, and he decided to stay at 112. So I say that to say this. Guys like, they say Boots and Richardson Hitchens and guys moving up, you can drop that assumption. So don't let nobody tell y'all they can't do that when you got the prime example right here. Because a lot of people, they say, oh, they can't do that in the IBF. It's just the WBO and the WBC. Let Devin Haney do it. But, yo, you can do it in the IBF. Here's the thing. Both guys in the IBF, they can't have a mandatory that's due. They got to be in a voluntary situation. So here's the case in point right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to educate, make sure everybody good across the board. The WBA champion right here, Takumi, he just captured the WBA title against Eric Rosa earlier this year. Great fight, you know what I'm saying? He's a fun, exciting fighter. He's supposed to come back in December as well, making his first defense. I feel like he's gonna be out this division pretty soon. I don't know how long he's gonna stay. He seems like he's kind of tight at the weight, but yeah, let's see. But I forgot who his opponent is. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I know he's fighting pretty soon. So that's what's up. Champion staying active. Let me see. WBC champion at 108, Carlos Canizales. He's gonna fight November the 4th in Thailand at the WBC convention against CP Freshmark. So that's December the 4th at the WBC convention. Sim Street, the IBF champion, he's a young champion. I think he's 25. I haven't heard none of him. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Renee Santiago, who's supposed to fight. I forgot too. I gotta get my memory straight. But these guys is fighting soon. I know that shit. You know what I'm saying? I be like a lot. I be a lot of taking a lot of information, but I want to say they doing a unification. Takumi versus Santiago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold me to that. Takumi versus Santiago unification on the undercard of Nonito Donaire and Tsunami. So that's a good card, and I think Anthony Oscar is on that card too. Yo, Japanese boxing is crazy, yo. These guys, these lower weight guys down here, they fight each other. They unify real quick. They don't be in the division so long, pillar pattern with shit. They get right to business, and that's dope. That's what we need in boxing. And then 105 for last division. So Oscar Collazo is unified, WBA, WBO. Um, man, it's time for him to clean up the division. So the two other champions, I always speak on this when I get down here. Melvin Jerusalem and Pedro Todoran. They both had title defenses in the past week. Both guys came out successful. It looked like they good to go. So Collazo got to fight one of these guys. You know what I'm saying? He already beat Melvin Jerusalem, so I prefer him fight Pedro Todoran because I haven't seen that fight. That's a battle of two southpaws, and that may be the tougher fight for Asa Collazo because I think Todoran is a bigger puncher than Melvin Jerusalem. And then it really don't matter who's first, but I'm just saying what I prefer. But it's time to clean it up though, because Asa Collazo is the face down here, and he got to get pushing. I don't think there's no crazy politics down here at 105 where we can't make one champion, one face, one name type shit. I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Other divisions have that where it's harder to make unification. Some obscure mandatory would come out the blue. Some random ass fight will happen. But down here, where there's not a lot of bread down here, it seems like these fights would be easy to be made. So I expect either if they can do a unification with Jerusalem and Pedro Todoran can unify and the winner fight Oscar Collazo, or would it be better for Oscar Collazo's legacy and what I give respect to all champions if you beat every champion in that division. That makes it solidified. It's like you cleaned it out because he on the path to do that. He beat Jerusalem for the WBO. Then he beat CP Freshmark, the longest reigning champion in the sport of boxing at the time. He beat him for the WBA. Then if he can beat the IBF and the WBC champion in succession, then he can vacate that night and move up and for bigger fights. So yeah, I like shit like that. It's good. He called him. Let's go. That's the one I want though. My man Anthony in the building. What's good with you? Palazzo seems to be hesitant with Tozen Rain. I'm pretty sure because what he did with Genjiro. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. And he's a bigger puncher. But they gotta make it shake. Some way or some way somehow they gotta make it shake. Cause I feel like he already have Oscar Collazo has kind of like a excuse, a way out of division already. Because Golden Boy talking about making the Sandoval fight, jumping up two divisions to fight Sandoval. If Sandoval comes out clean in his next fight, in his mandatory fight against Dalal Ufai, That's the you know what I'm saying. That's a carrot that's dangling for Collazo. So let's see. Yes, let's see. To me, I don't feel like it's nothing that's blocking this from happening. So let's get to it. All right, so that's what it is. WBA rankings. You guys can tap into it on your own. Go straight to the website. The rankings comes out the last day of each month, like clockwork. So it's easy to keep up with. And yeah, you can track your favorite fighter or your favorite division. You can track it. That's what I do. I just try to, I see. I just try to see stuff in the rankings that can possibly, be. We can see possible fights, so we can bring it to the forefront and talk about it. So that's what it is. Salute to everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate your time, and I'm out.